on your backs. So we'll get started with a little bit of breath work. I'll give you guys a moment just to return after grabbing a pillow or a blanket. And if you already have one, just enjoy a couple of extra moments here to yourself. Make sure that nothing from Melissa. All right, so once you come to your mat, you want to make sure that your spine is nice and long and straight here. Your feet can be on the mat or they can be out long, whatever you prefer. I like to have mine bent. You can bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And then we'll do some free part breathing. So exhale everything out. And then inhaling in, filling up your belly, your ribs and your chest and hold. And then exhale completely. Inhaling in, filling up your belly, your ribs and your chest and hold. And exhale completely. Inhaling in, filling up your belly, your ribs and your chest and hold. See if you can sip in a little more air. And then exhale completely. And hold. And last one, inhale, filling up your belly, your ribs and your chest and hold. Sip in a little more air. And then exhale completely. And hold. And now just some even inhales and exhales. Expanding your ribs with your breath in. And exhaling, release. Drawing your ribs together. Last breath like that in. And exhale. All right. Your eyes are closed, so you can go ahead and flutter them open. We're going to bring our legs up overhead. You're going to cross your right, not overhead, extended towards the ceiling. Cross your right leg over the left, then bend the knees, so it's a bit of a wishbone with the legs. You can grab for the ankles, and then draw your ankles and your knees in towards your chest. So this is Gold Virasana on our back, a little bit of hip stretch. You can keep your feet flexed. One more breath here. And then keeping the legs crossed, just release your ankles and draw your ankles together. So you've got eagle legs or lady legs here. And then with your right leg on top, you're going to lay your legs down over to the left. If you started with your left leg on top, just lay your legs down to the right. Once you're in your supine twist, try and unwind your spine so both shoulder blades are down on the mat. And arms can be out to the side or cactus or whatever feels good. Taking a breath here, enjoying the supine twist. And as you guys are enjoying your yoga in the comfort of your home, so make sure that you do what feels good for you. Skip anything that doesn't feel right. Adjust, modify. This is a power class, but it doesn't mean you have to do all of it. It's just a suggestion. Last breath in. And then using your core, unwind your legs back up through center. Uncross your legs, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Send your left leg long. And then lift your shoulders up off the mat, and you can send your gaze out towards your left foot. That foot can be pointed or flexed, either one. Core work here. We've got 3 more breaths. Making sure that you're not tensing your jaw as you're doing this. Last breath. And then you can release your shoulders back down. Extend both of your legs overhead again. Flexing the feet. And we'll do that on the other side. So left leg crosses over right. Then bend the knees, grabbing the ankles, drawing the ankles in, and then the knees in towards the chest. Few breaths here. Stretching out the hips. Two more breaths. All right, slowly releasing the ankles. Keeping the legs crossed, you can draw the ankles together. So eagle legs or lady legs, arms out to the side, and then lay your legs down over to the other side. Unwinding the shoulders. Breathing here into the side body. 2 breaths left. And then using your core, bring your legs back in through center. And then uncrossing your legs, you'll draw your left leg in towards your chest. Extend your right leg long. And then begin to lift your shoulder blades up off the mat. Draw your belly button in, so belly button towards your backbone or towards the mat. Not holding any tension in your face, so maybe open and close your mouth and make sure you don't have any tension there. Last breath. And then you can squeeze both knees in, release your shoulders down, take a breath, and then rock and roll. So you can roll out your spine here, as many rocks as you'd like. And then we're going to make our way into a tabletop. So centering up on the mat, hands are down on the mat, directly under your shoulders. Knees are directly under your hips, hips width apart. Spine is nice and long. And our core stays engaged here, and then we'll add some cat-cow. So if you're inhale, drop your chest, tailbone comes up, head looks up. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, dropping the chest, look up. Exhale, round the spine. Maybe we'll look towards your belly button. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take two more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. All right, coming back to a steady tabletop. Really firm into your hands here. So you want to act like you're pressing the ground away from you. And then you're just going to step your feet back and find a plank. So you can stay here in full plank. If this is too much, you can always come down to your knees and do a kneeling plank. And we'll be here for 5, 4, really pressing into the feet, isometrically drawing your feet towards your hands. Last one. And then a slow lower down all the way down to the mat. Once you're there, you can release your toes. Inhaling up, we'll find a cobra. And exhaling back down. So inhaling, we're just lifting our shoulders up, cobra. Exhaling back down to the mat. Last one, inhaling up, finding that cobra. Exhaling back down. All right, we'll find a full up dog now. So up dog, we'll stay here for a breath. So our pumpkins are soft, our legs are nice and firm. We're almost doing a little bit of internal rotation with the thighs. And then we'll send our hips up and back down dog. It's your first one of the practice, so pedal it out. You can walk your dog here by bending, alternatively bending and straightening each leg. Or you can wag your tail a little bit. Whatever feels good. Let's take 2 more breaths with your wiggles. And then let's find a breath and stillness together. Inhaling and exhaling. You can make your way to the front of the mat, so you can take a few tiny little steps to get there. And then separate your feet hips width apart. Forward fold, grab opposite elbows, release your head and neck down. And really release and let go of any tension that you've got there in your head and neck. If you'd like to, you can sway back and forth a little bit. And if you do sway, it's not just a movement in your shoulders. Think about starting in your lower back and really enjoy a nice sway. Last breath. And then releasing your hands down towards the mat. Inhale, we'll lift up halfway, flatten our back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhaling, we'll stand all the way up. Arms come up overhead. And exhaling, hands in the heart center. All right, from here you can step your feet together, toes are together, heels are slightly apart. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, you can do so now. Anything that speaks to you is perfect. All right, then we'll get started. We'll do 2 sun A's and a sun B. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, do your flow. So you can step back to plank, do all the way to chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Breathing here. Think about evenly distributing your weight between your hands and your feet. Spine is nice and long here. And then your head's nice and relaxed. You may want to even look either towards your heels or towards your belly button. Last breath here. Inhale, you'll look forward. And exhale, step your way up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. Take one breath. And exhale. Second sun A. Inhale and arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands and do your flow. Stepping back to plank. Lowering down. Inhaling up, downward cobra. Exhaling, hips upper back, down dog. You can always skip your flow at any point and just meet us directly back here in down dog. It's always an option. Making sure you're releasing your head and neck down. And then grip the mat with your fingertips here. That helps to protect your wrists a little bit. Helps your whole arms to stay engaged. Last breath. Inhaling, looking forward. Exhaling, stepping or floating up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Moving on for sun B. Inhale, find your chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, do your flow. Inhaling, up dog your cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, we'll step it forward, place it on the mat between your hands. Left heel drops down to the mat. Inhale all the way up, warrior one. And exhaling all the way back down, step back and do your flow. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. And then the left leg lifts up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward. Place it on the mat between your hands. Right heel drops down to the mat. Inhale all the way up, warrior one. And exhale, hands come back down. Step back, do your flow. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Breathing here. Slight internal rotation of the legs so your heels are hidden directly behind your toes. Last breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float your way up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, stand up, hands in heart center. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. One more breath here. And exhale. All right, moving on, we'll add some flow. Sink down, find your chair. Now you can stay here, or if those of you who would like to take a crow pose, you can take crow now. I'm gonna stay for 5, 4, tailbone is tucking down, knees are back, 2, 1, all right, stand up, a little bitty back bend, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands and do your flow. Lowering down, inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath here. And exhale, release. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Hips are square, and that foot is flexed and straight. Another breath. And exhale. And then you're going to step your right foot forward, place it on the mat between your hands. We're going to find a low lunge, okay? So low lunge here, your left knee can be straight and lifted, or you can have it down on the mat. Whichever feels better for you is perfect. But think about trying to keep your hips square here, so it's a little bit of drawing your right hip back. And then you can sink your hips down. 2 more breaths. All right, and from here, if your left knee is down on the mat, you can just lift it up. And we're gonna straighten both legs, finding a hamstring stretch. So this is basically a long stance pyramid. I'm not too worried about your hips today though. I'm wanting more focus on stretching out your hamstring here. So you can stay on the ball of your left foot, or if you'd like to, you can sink that heel down, kind of like a warrior 2 foot, so about a 45-degree angle. Whatever feels best for you. 1 more breath here. And if you set that left heel back down, lift it back up, squaring off that leg, bend to get into this right leg, and then we're going to sweep the arms up, finding a crescent lunge. So our right leg is forward, we're on the ball of our left foot, tailbone is sinking down, we're getting this left hip flexor. And if you'd like to, you can keep a little micro bend in this left knee. Some people find that to be more comfortable on their body. Arms come up overhead, knees are rotating in. Breathing here. 1 more full breath in, and exhale. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, bring your hands down, step back, do your flow. We'll meet back in down dog, however you want to get there. Hips up and back. Taking a breath between sides, and exhale, and then the left leg lifts up, 3-legged dog. Keep that hip square, the legs straight, that left foot is flexed. Last breath here. And then stepping your left foot forward, we're gonna find that low lunge. So left foot land on the mat between your hands. Right knee can stay elevated, or you can drop it down to the mat. Either way, you can go even out the hips. So left hip draws back a little bit, and then you can sink the hips down. Breathing here, getting into this right hip flexor. So chest stays nice and long. Think about broadening across the collarbones. The tendency is to want to cave down. So stay nice and strong here. Last breath. And if your right knee's down on the mat, lift it up. And then straighten both legs, finding this hamstring stretch. So again, not so worried about your hips. They can be a little cattywampus today. But stretching into this left hamstring. Right heel can stay lifted. Or you can set it down about a 45-degree angle. 2 breaths left here. And then lifting that right heel up again. Turn it back, squaring off the hips. Sink again into this left leg. And then reaching up. Find your crescent lunge. Breathing here. Have a little bend in this right knee if you'd like. Think about rotating your pinkies in. That helps you draw your shoulder blades down your back, so you're not wearing your shoulders as earrings. Core is engaged, drawing the belly button towards the spine. Last breath. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back and do your flow. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward, jump your way up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sink the hips down, find your chair pose. And exhale, stand up, hands up towards center. Take a breath here. And exhale, release. Moving on for our next flow. Inhale, find your chair pose. We'll stay in our chair this time, so look down, you should be able to see your toes. Tailbone is pointing down, and then we'll send our arms up overhead with our inhales. Exhale, we'll stay in our chair, but send our hands back down by our hips. Inhaling back up. Exhaling back down by your hips. Inhaling up. Exhale back down. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale back down. With your inhale, stand up, straighten your legs. You can bring your palms together overhead and find a little bit of a back bend. Inhale back up to a neutral spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, and do your flow. Inhaling up, down your cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath here. And exhale. Right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Again, hips stay straight and square. Leg is straight, right foot is flexed. Inhale, think about lengthening through your heel. Exhale, shift forward, bring your right knee to your right bicep. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, step your right foot forward, place it on the mat between your hands. Sweeping the arms up, find your crescent lunge. We're just passing through, and exhale, open up, warrior two. So find your warrior two. You want your right knee tracking right over your right ankle. Hips are nice and open to the side. Left foot is somewhere between a 45 and a 90-degree angle. Arms are parallel, and you can bring your gaze up to the front. If you like to, you can take a little sneak peek at your back arm. Make sure that it's in line, below the ground. And then return your gaze back out front. Breathing. Last breath here. And we'll find side angle. Right hand comes down to our right quad. Left arm overhead. You can have your arm down by your ear or up towards the ceiling, whatever feels best for you. But think about rotating and lifting the top ribs up. But as you do that, make sure that you still have it straighten your right leg at all, so keep your right leg nice and bent. 2 more breaths. Back into warrior two. Flip your front palm, inhale. And exhale, reverse warrior. Left arm comes down your left leg, or you can take a half bind. Breathing here. Last breath. Returning back to warrior two, inhale. And exhale, pingle your hands down to the mat. Step back, do your flow. Inhaling up, tiger cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath there. Exhale, release. I'm just changing sides. You guys stay where you're at. Left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Hip is square, leg is straight, foot is flexed. Inhale, lengthen through the heel. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to left bicep. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. And exhale, left foot steps forward, place it on the mat between your hands. On the ball of the right foot, inhaling up by your crescent lunge. And exhale, open up to the side, warrior two. So our left foot is forward, we're sinking nice and deep with our hips. Hips remain open to the side. Arms are parallel to the ground. And then gaze can be up front. Breathing here. Think about drawing your shoulders down. 2 more breaths. And then stay nice and firm in your legs. They shouldn't move. Moving into side angle. Left foot arm can come onto your left quad. Right arm up overhead. Again, it can be up here by your ear or up directly towards the ceiling, whatever feels best for you. Make sure you're still breathing. Ribs are rotating up towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths. And then unwinding back, warrior two. Flip your front palm, inhale. And exhale, reverse warrior. So still warrior two legs, left arm is up. You're lengthening your spine with your inhales. And exhale, maybe find a little more expression. Right hand can stay on your right leg, or you can take the half bind. Breathing. Last breath here. Back to warrior two, inhale. And then exhale, pingle your hands down, step back, do your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Take 3 breaths here. Releasing your head and neck. Last breath. If you're jumping forward, step your feet together first. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float your way up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, stand up, hand and heart center. Take a breath, stay where you're at. I'm just transitioning to the other side again. All right, next flow. Inhale, find the chair. We'll stay here again. Track your alignment. You should be able to see your toes. And then tailbone is pointing down towards the mat. So I call this grandma booty. We don't want any bikini booties here, grandma booty. And then you can send your arms back behind you, interlace them, and lengthen up and open up through the chest. Open up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the bind, straighten the arms. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, and do your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Hips are squared, leg is straight. Inhale, lengthen through the heel. Exhale, shift forward, right knee to right bicep. Inhale, lengthen behind you. Exhale, right knee comes across your body to left bicep. Inhale, lengthen behind you. And exhale, step your right foot forward. Place on the mat between your hands. And then sweep the arms up, arm your crescent lunge. Reduce your passing through. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. So our right leg is in the front, left leg is in the back. And straighten your right leg. We're going to find a triangle pose. So if you'd like to, you can tuck your left foot in a little bit to shorten your stance. Then you're going to tilt your pelvis just slightly, so left foot's going to be a little higher than right. Inhale, lean towards the front. And exhale, hinge forward, triangle pose. You have your hand resting on your calf. You come all the way down to the mat, or if you got a block or a book. Your gaze can stay down, or you can lift it up towards the ceiling. 3 more breaths. Last breath here. And then lifting up, and we'll take a reverse triangle. So legs stay nice and firm, left hand down on your left leg, right arm reaches up, and then lean a little further back. You may find you can lean a little further back in reverse triangle than you could in reverse warrior 2. 2 more breaths here. All right, then transition back to center. Inhale, and exhale, pull your hands down to the mat, squaring off the hips, step back, into your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. And exhale. Other side, the left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Hips are square, leg is straight, left foot is flexed. Inhale, lengthen through the heel. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to left bicep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right bicep across your body. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot forward on the mat between your hands. Inhaling, come up, crescent lunge. Exhaling, open up to the side, warrior 2. So warrior 2, our left foot is forward, right foot is back. You can straighten the left leg. Tuck your right leg in if you'd like to. Then inhale, lean forward, a little pelvic tilt. Exhale, hinge down, triangle pose. Again, left knee can rest on your shin. Anywhere that's not on your knee, you don't want to hyperextend this left knee. Be on the mat, grab your big toe, and then gaze can stay down or can come up toward your top hand. Breathing here. 2 breaths left. And then coming up, inhale, and then exhale, reversing it. Staying here, lengthening your spine with your inhales. Exhale, maybe find a little more bend. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths. And then coming back to a neutral spine. Inhale and exhale. Pin the hand down to the mat. Square up the hips. Step your left foot back and take your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back. Down dog. 3 breaths here. Or you can take a child's pose anytime they need to. Inhale, looking forward. Exhaling, stepping or floating your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come up. And exhale, hand in heart center. I forgot that chair at the end of some week, so everybody, there's one chair short today. Down inwards, fighting. Taking a breath here, getting centered. And exhale. All right, our last little flow here. Inhaling, finding the chair. And once again, we'll stay. We've got another variation. So look down, you should be able to see your toes. Tailbone is pointing down. And we'll take a chair twist. So starting to the right, so you can either do an open twist, or you can take your hands in the heart center and do a prayer twist. Bring your left hand down towards your right knee. If you're in prayer twist, you want to think about lifting your chest up to meet your hands. Okay, so we don't want to stay stuck down, but lifting up. Last breath here. And then twisting all the way to the other side. So open twist or prayer twist to the other side. Knees stay in line with each other. Hips stay nice and neutral. Last breath. And then coming up, standing up, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. And before we forward fold, we're going to take a little back bend so you can bring your hands down to your lower back. Palms sink into your lower back. Fingertips are resting on your bum. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. And then exhale, find a little bit of an expression of a back bend. Then inhale back up to center. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back. Do your flow. Remember, you can always just meet us in down dog. Inhaling. And exhaling, hips up and back. Taking a breath here. And exhale, release. Right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Hips are squared, leg is straight. Inhale, lengthen through the heel. Exhale, shift forward, right knee to right bicep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, right knee to left bicep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, knee nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, this time step your foot down on the mat between your hands. We're going to stay in a low lunge. You can stay here again, or you can drop your knee down towards the mat, whatever feels good. And then we're going to add a twist. So left hand comes down to the mat, and then right hand comes up for a twist. So hips are working to stay neutral. Try to make the twist happen from your belly button up to the crown of your head. 2 more breaths here. And then unwind, both hands come down to the mat. You can lift your left leg up off the mat. Engage your core, lift up through your pelvic floor, and come all the way up, crescent lunge. We've been here before, we will stay long, just get square with your hips, core is engaged, and then we'll add a twist. So again, you can do this open twist, or you can bring your hands in heart center and twist, prayer twist. If you do a prayer twist, again, think about bringing your chest up towards your hand. 2 more breaths. And if you're in a prayer twist, fly your arms nice and wide. If you're in an open twist, stay where you're at. And then we'll add a reverse. So right hand comes down behind us, left arm's up in the sky. Your gaze can be back the corner of your mat. 2 more breaths. And then unwinding back to crescent lunge, inhale. And exhale, find your flow. Hands come down, step back. Moving down dog. Inhaling. Exhaling, hips up and back. Taking a breath. Exhaling, release. 1 more breath. Exhale, release. Other side, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Hips are square, leg is straight, left foot is flexed. Inhale, lengthen through your heel. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to left bicep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to right bicep. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, shift forward, knee nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot forward, place it on the mat between your hands. Low lunge, so you can stay here, or you can bring your right knee down to the mat, either one, and then we'll add the twist. So with your left leg forward, your right hand's gonna come down to the mat. Left arm twist up, low lunge twist. Making the twist happen in your spine. Try and keep the hips neutral. They're gonna move a little bit, but trying with intent to keep them neutral. Last breath. Then unwind both hands down to the mat. You can lift the right knee up off the mat again. Engaging through your core and the pelvic floor. And sweeping the arms up, crescent lunge. Staying here, being steady. And then opening up for the twist. So either open twist or hands in the heart center, prayer twist. Again, if you're in prayer twist, lifting the chest up to meet the hands. Hips stay neutral wherever you're at. Breathing. Last breath here. Then you can open your arms wide and then flying back, finding this reverse revolved crescent. So our left arm is on the back of our right leg. Hips are neutral, but then we're reaching up and towards the back. Gaze can be at the back corner of your mat. 2 more breaths. Unwinding back to a crescent lunge. Inhale. And exhaling, hands down to the mat. Step back and do your flow. Inhaling. Up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step and float your way up to the front. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. And exhale, stand up, hands in heart center. All right, take in a breath. Exhale, release. A little bit of balance work. You can stay where you're at. I'm just going to turn to face you. We're going to start by balancing on our left leg. So just hover your right foot up and press equally into all 4 corners of that left foot. So distributing your weight evenly forwards and back and side to side. And then you can lift your right leg up to a 90-degree angle. Right foot is flexed. Holding here, engaging your core. Maybe bringing your arms up overhead. Then you can grab that knee, so interlace the hands around your knee and press firmly into the left foot as you lift your right knee up, bring it up towards your right shoulder, and then now you can point the right foot. So still working on your balance. 1 more breath here. Unwobbling. And then releasing the right knee back into this 90-degree. Arms come back up. Inhale. And exhale. Release it down. Take it out. Taking a breath. And exhale. Other side. Left knee lifts up. 90 degrees. Flexing the foot. So it's level with your hip. Hands can come into heart center. And then raising the arms up overhead. Evenly distributing that weight into that right foot, into all 4 corners. Breathing here. You got it. And then you can bring the hands down, interlace them around the knee, and then lift that left leg up and draw it in towards that left shoulder. You can point your foot here. Still pressing into that right foot, the standing foot, for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release it back down to a 90-degree. Arms come up overhead. Taking a breath. And then exhale, setting it down. All right, you can shake that side out again. Take a breath. And exhale. All right, getting back in the front of the mat. We're making our way down 2 more bellies. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to a plank. We'll stay here in our plank for 5. You can always come down to your knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly lower down to your bellies, keeping your elbows in towards your chest, drawing them in, coming down through chaturanga, and then all the way down to your bellies. Once you're there, release your toes out. So make sure your spine is nice and long before we do any back bending. So hover your right leg, lengthen it behind you and set it back down. And then hover your left leg, lengthen it behind you, set it back down. You can release your forehead down to the mat, taking a breath. And exhale. And then we'll find a Sphinx pose. For Sphinx pose, you're just gonna lift up through your shoulders. You want your elbows down on the mat, directly underneath your shoulders. Have your hands on the mat parallel to each other, so like number 11. Palms face down, fingers spread nice and wide. And then really press down into the mat. And act like you're almost trying to pull yourself through your arms. So really expand and broaden through the collarbones. Breathing here. Last breath. And then releasing down. All right. We're going to take 2 bows, so 1 on each side. If you know full bow, you can go ahead and go there immediately. Otherwise, I'll walk us through half bow and then moving on to full bow. So to start in half bow, I'm going to start with my left leg just because that's what's towards the camera. So you bend your left leg. You're going to send your left arm up, around overhead, and grab the ankle. Okay, you can grab the ankle from the inside or the outside, and then square the shoulder blades back up on the mat. You can have your foot flexed or pointed, and then think about lifting up, sending that foot up towards the ceiling. This is half bow. You can stay here, or you can float your right leg and right arm out for a half pole, half locust, or you can bend that right leg, reach for it, and take full bow. We'll be here for 5. Think about shifting your weight back into your pelvic bone, and maybe even onto the quads. 2, and 1, and slowly lower down. You can release your hands, stack your hands, rest your forehead on your hands, and windshield wipe your legs back and forth. Last breath. All right, and we'll take the other side. So left leg is long, right leg is bent. You can lift your shoulders up and reach around behind you, grab that right leg, grabbing the ankle from the inside or outside. Flex or point the foot, and then lifting it up. Think about sending it up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or take half bow, half locust. Arms are out floating, or you can bend your knee, reaching for both legs. Coming up for a bow pose. Think about sending your weight back. And then the tendency here, if you're in full bow, is to want to splay your knees out wide. Instead, you want to keep them in line with your hips. For 3, 2, 1, slowly lowering back down, releasing your hands, stacking your hands, resting your forehead on your hands, and then windshield wiping your legs back and forth. Taking a breath, and exhale, release. 1 more breath here, and exhale, release. All right, a little bit of quad stretching. So legs out nice and long behind you. We're going to return to that Sphinx pose to get started. So elbows on the mat directly under your shoulders. Legs are nice and long. Spine is nice and long. And then you're going to take your right hand, bring it to the crook of your left elbow, bend your left leg in towards your glute, and then you can reach around for it, grabbing the foot and trying to draw it in towards that glute. Once you're there, you need to square off the shoulders again. You can grab your leg or your foot anywhere that feels good for you. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Last breath. Slowly releasing that, no slingshot, send it back down, and then return to Sphinx pose. And then you can set your head back down on the mat, take a breath between the sides. You can wag your tail a little bit to just shimmy your hips back and forth. All right, other side, starting off in the Sphinx pose. Elbows on the mat directly under your shoulders. Bring your left hand to the crook of the right elbow, then the right leg. Using this right arm back, grabbing the foot and drawing it in. So you grab the foot in any position. You can flip your grip. You can grab your leg wherever you're at. Think about drawing your shoulder blades square to the front of the mat. For 5 breaths. 2 more breaths. Slowly releasing that, no slingshots. Again, bringing your hands down, releasing your forehead down to the mat. And then wag your tail to release your lower spine. So just a little shimmy with the hips here. Taking a breath. All right. Hands come under your shoulders. Inhaling up for a nice up dog. And then exhaling, hips up and back. Down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then we'll find a pigeon pose. So you can step your right foot forward, bring it towards your left ankle. You're going to externally rotate at the right hip as you lay the hips down towards the mat. All right, if your hips don't reach all the way down the mat, that's perfect. Just grab your blanket or your pillow or whatever you have, And you can rest your right glute on the blanket here, okay? So you really don't want to hang in your joints. The hanging in your joints is bad. People like to do it because they think it'll help with flexibility, but it really ends up creating strain and not creating flexibility. I'm just gonna set a timer that's all messing with my phone. You can stay up, or you can come down and sleep your pigeon. This is uncomfortable for you. You can also do a figure 4 on your back. I'll show you that. That's your right leg's gonna cross over your right quad. You can send your arms through and pull your legs in. Either one of these is fine. Returning back to pigeon. All right, we're about halfway through our pigeon stretch. So if you want to stay where you are, that's fine. If you'd like to try working on a mermaid, you can lift your shoulder blades up. If you weren't using a blanket and pigeon, go ahead and put it under your hip for mermaid. It's just a little nicer to have a little bit of lift. And then from here, you're going to bend your left leg, reaching back for that ankle, drawing it in. You can stay here, or you can move it to the crook of your elbow. If you're there, squaring off your shoulders towards the front, so you're square, shoulders are square, right arm reaches up, and then you can reach behind you, finding full mermaid. We'll be here for 5 breaths. This right foot stays flexed. Hips are nice and square. Last breath. Slowly releasing. No slingshots with the leg. Unwinding, hand come back down to the mat. And then lifting the hips up. And then stepping back. Finding your down dog. You can wag your tail here. Pedal it out. Taking a breath. And then moving on to the other side. So left foot steps forward towards your right wrist. Externally rotate at the hip. And then slowly weighing your hips down towards the mat. You can again rest it on a blanket or a block or a pillow. You can stay up. Or you can come down and sleep your pigeon. And again, if you don't want pigeon, the other stretch is figure 4 on your back. So be on your back, left legs up and crossing over right quad as you draw the leg in. Wherever you're at, make it intentional. Be aware of where your body is. Keep your left foot flexed to help protect your left knee. And then you can stay where you're at, or you can work on the mermaid. So lifting your shoulder blades up. If you weren't using the blanket or the pillow, go ahead and put one under your hips now. Keeping your hips and your shoulders nice and square. You can bend that right leg. Reach for the right leg, pull it in. You can stay here. You can put it in the crook of your elbow. Or you can reach your arms up and back, squaring off the hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing, no slingshots. Resting the leg back down, bring your hands back down, lifting the hips up and back, returning to down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then you can set your pillow off to the side. We'll make our way down to a seat for some cool down. So we'll start with a forward fold. So legs out in front of you long, feet are flexed. You can have the cushy bits underneath you. So bum muscles nice and underneath you, a little bit of padding there. Lift up and then think about broadening through your pelvic floor. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, walking your hands out forward. You can find a forward fold. Go ahead and release your spine, rounding down. Think about drawing your chest down towards your quads and your elbows down towards the mat or the ground. Two more breaths. And then walking back up. And then send your hands slightly behind you. Palms face down, fingertips facing your toes. Inhale, lifting your hips up. Reverse tabletop. Or if you'd like to, you can bend your knees, lift your hips if that feels better. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering the hips back down and then making your way onto your back. So we'll come out of class the way that we came in. So starting with your legs up in the air, crossing your right leg over your left, bending at the knees, grabbing the ankles, and drawing the knees in, keeping the feet flexed. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly releasing the ankles, bringing the legs together. If your right leg is on top, then you're going to lay your legs down to the left. Eagle leg, supine twist. Unwind the shoulders. You want to let your head go, pick it up, turn it on its own axis, and then have it look out at your right hand. Breathe in here. 3 more breaths. Unwind your head, engage your core, bring your legs up through center. And then uncross your legs, extend them up to the sky, flexing your feet, crossing the left leg over the right, bending at the knees, grabbing the ankles, drawing them in. Drawing the ankles and the knees in towards your chest. 2 more breaths. And then slowly releasing the ankles, legs stay crossed, arms can come out to the side, and then lay your legs down to the right. Once you're there, if you'd like to let your head go, pick it up, turn it on its own axis to face the left. 8 breaths. Three breaths left. Unwind your head, engage your core, bring your legs up through center. Uncross your legs, and then the last pose we'll do is just a little inversion. So feet up in the air, feet are flexed. You can grab your blanket or your pillow and put your bum and your hips up on the blanket just to get them lifted just a little bit. Arms can come out by your side. Breathing slowly, feeling all the good feels from class today. Arms can be anywhere that feels best. We'll take 4 more breaths here. All right, and then removing your blanket or your pillow, sending it off to the side. Make your way into Shavasana. So arms out down by your side, palms face up. Feet long in front of you or long on the mat. They can flop open to the side or whatever position feels best for them. Do a quick little body scan, see if there's any areas of discomfort. And if there are, you can make some little adjustments or think about sending breath to that area. And then starting at the top of your head, take a nice inhale. And then exhale, release all the muscles in the top of your head, your forehead, around your eyes. Take another inhale. And exhale, release the muscles around your jaw and your lips. Maybe release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Again, take a soothing inhale. And working your way down to your shoulders. Exhaling, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Relaxing your shoulders. Let them sink into the mat underneath you. Continuing with your breath, releasing your arms and your hands. Releasing each of your fingers. And moving towards your chest and your heart center. Feeling your heartbeat. Moving down, releasing your belly. We do so much engaging our core, and now it's time just to release and relax. Release the lower back. Release your glutes and your hips. I like to imagine that my hips actually fall open. Release any tension there. Moving down to your legs, releasing the quads and thighs. Your knees and the back of the knees. Your calves and your shins. And moving down to your feet. Relaxing your feet. And then visualize letting any remaining tension that you have go out through your toes, just sending it away from your body. And then coming back up to your heart center, take a soothing breath in, then a relaxing breath out, a soothing breath in, then a relaxing breath out. Enjoy a moment here in peace. And I'll bring us out when it's time. And bring a little bit of movement back into your fingers and toes. If you'd like to take a good morning stretch, you can do so. And then roll onto either side that feels comfortable. Taking a breath there. And then making your way up to a comfortable seat facing the front. You can bring your hands to heart center. And bowing your heads. Found a little quote from L.R. Nost I'd like to read. It says, "Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of this world. All things break, and all things can be mended. Not with time, as they say, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, and unconditionally. The broken world awaits the darkness for the light that is in you." And bring your hands up to your forehead. We'll say namaste.